Good Friday evening, everybody. We finally made it to Friday after what has been, in my opinion, a long week.
Yes, I totally agree. We finally made it. It's here, and we're finally seeing some sunshine come out, too.
Yeah, absolutely. The sun is back in town. I'm student meteorologist Matt Reagan.
I'm student meteorologist Kendra Spalding.
The sun is back.
Yes.
Well, and the cool air is coming in, too.
It is. It's a little bit chilly out there. I needed a jacket when I was walking to the studio today.
But we're going to be talking a lot more about this cool weather coming in, but let's revisit what we've seen this past week because it's been a mess of weather.
A roller coaster of weather, as we've been talking about, yes.
We had those tornadoes up in Oklahoma. Since then, the weather has pushed down into our area, causing us quite a bit of rain yesterday. I don't know if you got caught out in it.
I did get caught in the rain, and I don't own an umbrella. I don't know why, but I know it's crazy, so definitely got wet. The hair didn't look good.
Yeah, that's my frizz factor forecast, folks.
It was 2 a 10 or 11. I don't know.
It was
one of the two.
Off the charts
off
yesterday.
Off the charts for the hair.
But that will be calming down here with the passage of that cold front bringing in that dry air.
Dry air to follow the cold front, yes.
And I know you're going to be loving that, and the weather this weekend is going to be absolutely immaculate. So we're going to be telling you all throughout the show to head on outside.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
But we're also going to be bringing it back home a little bit here to Tallahassee with the cold front pushing through, the cloud covers moving in. But we're going to send it on out to Shane, who's going to be giving us a bit of an overview of what we're going to see on the show.
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, it was an interesting day today. We got chilly out as the day went on, and it remained cloudy. I'm happy to say that the sun is finally poking its head out, and that's a prelude to what we're going to see this weekend. It's going to be cool, but the sun is going to be shining. It's going to be glorious, and temperatures are going to start warming up early next week. Here's a review of the cloud cover we saw today. Now, the last bands of cloud are finally getting out of our region, so you might be able to see a bit of a hint of a sunset there, so keep your eyes out for that. And then we're going to have a clear night overnight, and that's going to let a lot of this warmth escape from the area with a low that you might be surprised to see for this time of year. Right now, it's 63 in Tallahassee, 60 in Monticello, 66 in Bainbridge, and 67 in Mariana. So we're cooling down quickly this evening. And how low will it go tonight in Tallahassee? We're calling for 42 degrees tomorrow morning when we wake up under mostly clear skies. It is going to be chilly with a light surface wind adding to that wind chill. But back to you guys at the desk. Chilly, huh?
Weekend, what are your plans? You have to go outside.
Well, I'm definitely heading outside this weekend. I'm actually flying down to Cedar Key with the Seminole Flying Club. Yeah.
Very cool. Very exciting. It's going to be beautiful weather for flying.
Oh,
clear skies, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. We like to say VFR all the way, but certainly something that we're going to see is some good study weather, too.
Oh, yeah. I'll be out on Landis doing a little multitasking, a little tanning, a little studying. Kind of wish I'd be flying with you, but, you know.
Next time.
Next time, maybe.
But we're also going to be seeing some more activities around Tallahassee as well. We're going to be talking about those in a little bit, but just to tease a little bit, we got Springtime Tallahassee coming up.
Springtime Tallahassee. It's going to be a very exciting event. Lots of people coming out to downtown Tallahassee this weekend.
Yep, and it couldn't be better for FSU Preview is today as well. So all the preview folks, they didn't see a good start this morning, but if they're here for the weekend, you're going to be seeing absolutely beautiful conditions. But to bring it back home a little bit, you've got to tell us more.
Yes. So we've been seeing the clouds move out of the area, and that's because the cold front that's been situated right over the Tallahassee region has finally made its way out. Right now, currently, it is 63 degrees, mostly cloudy, just a few peaks of sunshine coming in. Dew point has finally dropped down, where the humidity is down a lot from what it was yesterday, 48%. So the first factor is not too bad, as we've been talking about. The winds are going to be from the northwest pretty much all weekend. Across the area, here's our temperatures. In Monticello, 60 degrees, 63 in Tallahassee. It's pretty chilly for this time of year. Usually the average is around 70 degrees. Down in Apalachicola, 65, just a little bit warmer down there, but not much. So here we go with the satellite and radar. You can see these clouds. This is left over from that cold front. It's moving out of our area finally. And we have just a couple spotty showers in our area, but they're going to be moving out by the end of the evening. The current winds right now, 15 miles per hour in Tallahassee. You can see this shows the direction and the strength of the winds by the length of the arrows. And you can see that it's a little bit gusty because right after that front moved through, that had gusty winds behind it. These should be calming down later tonight. You can see here's those longer wind vectors that are moving through Tallahassee from the northwest. And when you put this into motion, you can see these just wiggling a little bit, staying from the northwest, but coming in. This is tomorrow in the morning, and they will bring with that cool temperature. So it's going to feel pretty cold. It's going to have a little bit of a wind chill with that, with the wind and the cold temperatures. So Saturday, here we go. We're going to move, and they're going to shift directions into Sunday and calming down into Monday. So Monday, we're going to be looking at some light and variable winds, little warmer temperatures for your week ahead. So 42 tonight, pretty chilly. You're going to need your jacket. Mostly clear, but like I said, there's going to be a little bit of a wind factor out there. So you're going to make sure that you want to make sure that you dress for that weather. Tomorrow, 64 degrees, all that sunshine. We're going to see barely any clouds in the sky. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Take advantage of it. Maybe go out to Springtime Tallahassee. We're going to be talking about that a lot today. It's a very exciting event down here. The average high is usually around 73, like I said, so 64 is a little bit below that. So looking at our outlook for this week, on Saturday, we're going to have the abundant sunshine, Sunday as well. The temperatures are a little bit cooler, but they're going to be creeping up throughout the week next week. 80 degrees, 81 on Thursday, Friday 82, so it's looking really good. Passing it on to Casey.
That's right. Thanks so much, Kendra. Let's go ahead and take a look here at your current conditions across the southeast at this hour. 63 Tallahassee. It's a little bit cool. And northeast Mississippi, Tupelo, 45 degrees in toward that area. Now, going ahead, though, and taking a look here at our forecast here later into this evening, we'll be seeing those temperatures going up a little bit across our region. Those temperatures have changed over the last 24 hours. 15 degrees cooler in toward Montgomery over the period. 3 degrees cooler in toward the Tallahassee area. So that's something to keep a very close eye on in these areas. Sorry about that dead mic there. Now, 10 degrees cooler in Orlando, 16 degrees cooler in toward Atlanta. Now, going ahead and taking a look at your watches and warnings across the southeast, we do see that there are some winter weather advisories up toward the north, here northern parts of Alabama. We're talking about a freeze warning in effect, and also some frost advisories, freeze watches in effect here just south of Atlanta. Also near Montgomery, there's frost advisories. So we're watching some of those cool weather conditions here. Pretty unusual to be seeing this time of year, some of these winter weather conditions in toward these areas. Now, your satellite and radar does tell the story very nicely here across the southeast. We had that cool front move through yesterday, and it's pretty much moved out most of the rain. It's moved over toward the First Coast region and down toward central and southern Florida, the bulk of that. And we'll take a closer look at that. And we did have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Palm Beach County. West Palm Beach was under this, but this storm has moved off the coast, the worst of it, and that warning has expired. So that's some good news for them, but still some pretty nasty storms in southern Florida this afternoon. And watching that severe threat, and there's also lightning associated with all this severe weather. We do see here around Miami, just off the coast there, quite a bit of this lightning. That storm that was severe warned moving off the coast there. You kind of see that from the lightning. Some of the fuel for this is from that moisture here, and the dew point 68 in Miami, 62 in Orlando. So when you get those numbers in the 60s, you start keeping an eye on severe potential, as that's one of the parameters for that to occur. Now, going ahead and taking a look here into toward Saturday, nice conditions across our area, and nice conditions will continue here into toward your Sunday as well. 42 tonight in Tallahassee, much cooler up Montgomery, 37, 33 in Tupelo, and tomorrow, 68 here in the metro area, cooler downstate. But right now, we'll go ahead and take it over to the desk with Matthew and Kendra.
Thank you, Casey. Well, we don't have any watches or warnings here, just our sunshine coming back. So let's talk about that Springtime Tallahassee that we've been teasing about.
Yeah, the Springtime Tallahassee is this weekend, the 47th annual. It's going to be a beautiful weekend for it.
Yep, downtown on Duval Street in Tallahassee. It's going to be very exciting, lots of arts and crafts, food, even some music.
Yeah, we have the Eli Young Band coming into
town.
town.
Yeah, very exciting, one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, so get pumped for that. Head on out there. I believe the concert is free, though, to people as well. So
It is,
a
yeah.
plus.
And it's going to be beautiful weather for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So if you are in town here, like as we said before for FSU Preview, head on out there. First off, welcome to FSU, and head on out to Springtime Tallahassee. It will be an event that you will not want to miss.
No, definitely not. It's going to be very, very fun. There's something for everyone there.
Absolutely. But we're going to go ahead and broaden our view just a little bit with a look at our national. Over to Tom.
All right, taking a look at the U.S. of A., my favorite country around. Nice and a little bit cooler temperatures coming at us for the late afternoon in the southeast. 63 in Tallahassee, 56 Atlanta. A little bit cooler than we have the past few weeks here. It's nice to see a little refreshing. On the other hand, the far west is seeing plenty of warmer temperatures over there because of some high pressure lingering around. We have some stories about that later on at the desk. But temperature changes past 24 hours, a lot cooler on the eastern seaboard. Cooler 25 degrees. Washington, D.C. than it was yesterday this time. And again, we can see the warmer temperatures in the west. It's a big east-west kind of story for us as we approach into the warmer months of the year as opposed to a north-south issue. We have plenty of moisture moving in through and out of the southeast associated with all that rain came with us yesterday. Now it's gone down to South Florida, having a little trouble down there. Not too bad, it's moving out. By tomorrow, though, we're going to see that sunshine state of Florida come right back at you, with some sunny skies, cool temperatures, and nice conditions for your springtime Tallahassee, maybe taking a walk, studying. So a lot of rain coming through this eastern seaboard, pushing on plenty of moisture, well needed for that springtime flowers I like to see. Delaware seeing a little bit of action. Washington, D.C. had some earlier this afternoon. A little bit of snow action up off of the Great Lakes. Some lake effect snow here that happens when the air comes across the lake, gets moisture from the lake, and then rides up on the coast of the lake and produces some snow because it gains that moisture and those temperatures are still cold enough to make some freezing precipitation hit the ground for us. And as well, we're going to have a little bit of rain coming through Tennessee. Not too much to speak of as compared to yesterday when we had those tornadoes to watch out for going across the Midwest there. But we have freeze warning in the brightest blue we have here. In the darkest blue, we have a freeze watch. And then in the pastelish blue, we have a frost advisory. Green is watching out for those rivers flash flooding there for us. So we need to keep an eye on those things. In the fuchsia, we have red flag warning. That means watch out for some fires. There's a potential dry weather, some winds that could be a potential issue for some fires. And in the oranges, we have high wind advisories. And in the yellowish, we have a high wind watch. That means we have to take care of those windy issues there. Maybe move some lawn furniture, right? 32 degrees in Memphis for tonight. Freezing temperatures touching into the most northern parts of the south. And we have plenty of cooler temperatures coming for us. 68 in Tallahassee tomorrow, 76 in Miami. It's going to be beautiful, but Casey, bring it back home for us, why don't you?
Thanks, Tom. Let's go ahead and get right into the local weather picture here, and I'll start off with the temperatures that have occurred here today. They didn't change very much here across the area. A pretty stagnant day in terms of those temperatures. Walking around campus, 69 here for the high temperature today, 62 that low. Not anywhere close to those records and even off those averages because of the cloud cover that was around today. Now 63 right now, that mostly cloudy, and those mostly cloudy conditions are still continuing here across our area. And at 63, it feels a little bit cooler as we do have gusts up toward 23 miles an hour. So we're watching that, maybe wind chills in the mid to upper 50s even here across the metro area. Now moving downstate, we do see that there's quite a bit of heavy rain. I was touching on down toward Tampa, Miami, even that severe warning earlier. But here in our area, it's really cleared out and it's going to make for a nice weekend across our area. Great weather conditions here for the Big Bend region and for southwest Georgia as well. Great weekend to go outside. Not too much in the way of any precipitation expected at all, really none. Now you can see those clear conditions are abound here across our area here on this Friday evening, making for nice conditions here, at least in the next few hours. Right now, still a little bit cloudy. This model a little bit ahead on the forecast, but as we move through the rest of the evening, we see those showers move downstate, move out of the Miami area. Chilly conditions tomorrow as those clouds do clear out. We'll be making for a clear morning. The less cloud cover we have, the cooler it's going to get. Maybe even lows as low as the low 40s, in fact. Now, sunshine will be abound as we get later into Saturday. Again, a great day to go outside. Nice weather conditions. Just go outside and enjoy it here across your area. On Saturday evening, again, you see kind of the clouds starting to come back in a little bit. Those could hold up our temperatures just a bit here across the metro area, so we'll watch those just in case. But again, you can see there's really not too much in the way of any way of precipitation, making for some nice weather conditions. A nice day to go out on the boat, potentially at the beach. We're talking about 2 feet. You know, those waves, not too big of a factor, making for a pretty nice boating day. It will be a little bit on the cool side, though, but sunny skies, beautiful boating conditions. Now, there's times, again, you're getting more sun time, and later in the day, more daylight, so that's making for a nicer day as we get towards summer, those conditions, and that time will continue. Now, tonight, 42 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, or mostly clear skies, I should say. Down toward the coast, though, a little bit warmer, 45 in St. Mark's, 46 in Caribou, but unseasonably cool. So make sure you bring a jacket if you're going around tonight, but otherwise pretty nice. Tomorrow, a nice day. It will be a little bit of below average, though, in terms of the highs. 64 here in the metro area. Your 7-day forecast tells the story. Starting to warm up after this cool spell. As we get in next week, we'll be near average. Upper 70s, lower 80s, and those lows in the mid to upper 50s. Right now, we'll go ahead and take it back over to this with Tom and Daniel.
Thank you so much, Casey. Well, he's talking about good weather here, but unfortunately, there was some flooding somewhere else in the world, wasn't there?
Yeah, South America, we're talking about northern Chile, had a big flood happen for them. It's very unusual. This kind of thing never really happens there. Tell them about the rain trends.
Yeah, well, you know they're along the western coast, and usually places along the west coast don't get that much rain, but they got less than an inch, and they did have flooding.
Yeah, and normally on an annual average, they only expect 0.07 of an inch. In one day, on Wednesday, they had 0.8 of an inch.
Wow.
Almost an inch of rain in one day. That's 10 times what they expect in a whole year. So that caused a lot of havoc.
It definitely did, and unfortunately for them, they did have some pretty severe damage there, didn't they?
Yeah, thousands without power and clean drinking water. But, you know, it's interesting to see enough how different things kind of change up. You know, we see good weather sometimes, bad weather other times.
Yeah. Well, they'll recover good, but for right now, we're going to send it out to Tyler with a look around Florida.
Thank you, guys. I'll take you around a look at our entire state, the Sunshine State. 69 degrees in Tallahassee right now. 84 was actually the high in Fort Myers. Look at Miami, it got up to 90, and the reason because of that, the winds south of the front, which hadn't gone through Miami or West Palm Beach, were coming out of the southwest, bringing in an extreme amount of warm air from the Caribbean. That's why it got all the way up into the 90s there. Although right now with the rain, it's cooled off. It's 69 degrees in Fort Myers, 63 in Tallahassee, 66 degrees in Jacksonville with some severe weather out in the south portion of Florida. That is because it did get up to 90 degrees, so there was a lot of fuel to feel those thunderstorms, which actually got pretty severe, especially across West Palm Beach, Miami, going westward across the alley to Fort Myers and Naples. Right now, you can see the clouds and satellite across the state. The clouds are really starting to break up here around the Tallahassee region, maybe an hour or two, but with the clouds around and some breaks, we'll see a nice sunset. Not a nice sunset down in South Florida. It's been a very rainy afternoon. The energy actually got more intense as it moved further south, so it's a rare case that the southern Gulf of Mexico is getting more rain than we are in March. Usually they lose steam as they go south. Right now you can see we definitely have a windy scenario because you can see the difference in the cold front showing the westerly and actually southwesterly winds across the southern portions of the state up to 26 miles an hour sustained at West Palm Beach. Up here in the Panhandle, 15 mile an hour winds out of the northwest in the Panhandle and Tallahassee. That's pumping in the cooler air, which will be felt tomorrow. Here's the futurecast temperatures. You can see that the temperatures really fall off tonight, possibly into the upper 30s and lower 40s, maybe some 50s and 60s. Downstate, the cold air hasn't really drained down the peninsula yet. Tomorrow, a pretty cold day, 60 degrees, average highs around 75. We're going for middle 70s further to the south, 76 degrees in Fort Myers, 74 in Key West. Cooling down again on Sunday, it's the coldest night with possibly some 30s and even some lower to 30s. I see in areas just north of Gainesville near the I-75, I-10 interchange. 48 degrees in Fort Myers, 67 in Key West. You warm back up into the 60s tomorrow. So again, tonight in the 40s and 50s, and for tomorrow, very cool day with highs in the 60s and 70s across the state. Now let's send it over to Matt with our variant segment.
All right, thank you so much, Tyler. We're going to be taking a look at a new little segment here on the show, and that is our outdoor weather forecast, because we wanted to include that today because it's going to be such a beautiful weekend this weekend, and most likely you're going to be outside at some point. So we wanted to give you heads up on everything from pollen to golf to boating. So let's jump right in. So if first things first, the days are getting quite a bit longer. If you seem like the sun is out later at night, well, you're right, because take a look at this. Tomorrow evening, we're going to be seeing the sun setting a minute after what we saw today. So that's already quite a long time when we saw in the past couple weeks before we had to spring forward. We're now seeing the sun go down almost at 8 o'clock p.m. and then the sunrise as well at 7:32 tomorrow morning. So if you're heading out on the boat tomorrow, 7:32 is your time for sunrise if you want to capture that beautiful sunshine day. But let's look at a broad view of our radar and satellite composite. All this rain, as we've been talking about over the past few minutes or so, is now impacting portions of South Florida. We saw a couple severe thunderstorm warnings pop up in South Florida. Since then, they've been canceled, but for now, we're just still keeping an eye on that mess that is the South Florida weather right now. Springtime Tallahassee, we mentioned it before, Kendra and I at the desk, but it's going to be a beautiful day for it. 43 degrees, we're starting out the morning, so if you're heading out for that 10K or the 5K or the 1 mile run, the winds are going to be a little calm, increasing as the day goes on, but 43, you might want to bring a light jacket out to that one if you're heading out to Springtime Tallahassee early in the morning. Here's something I want to focus on a little bit because this is causing my garnet car to get gold. So I guess it works out now they're at Florida State University, but look at this pollen. We're talking about a mixture of oak, ash, and juniper. All kinds of seeds that are flying off these trees this time of year during spring is causing our pollen forecast, especially moving into Sunday as those temperatures dry out and the blossoms start to expand a little bit. Look at this, 11 on our scale here. That's very high, so if you do have allergies, make sure you take your allergy medicine. You're going to need it as we move on into the weekend, and you're not going to be able to get around the pollen on your car, so you may have a gold car for the next couple of weeks, but we're the Seminoles, so it's quite all right. If you're heading out golfing, we got the Masters coming up here in May, and if you are heading out to golf, it's going to be a beautiful weekend for it. We're talking on a 3 of beautiful days, sunny skies, cool temperatures. The winds may affect your stroke a little bit, so if you hit the ball down the fairway, take the winds into account. So if you want to get that eagle and get the high score and beat your friend, you're definitely going to want to take those winds into account. If you're heading out on the boat, beautiful day for it. Bit of a chop though, so be prepared for a choppy inland waters, but we're going to want to focus on that as well. Let's look at tonight one more time. Clouds are going to be sticking around, start to move out of our area. 42 degrees is what we're calling for, and then as we push into tomorrow, beautiful day on tap, 68 degrees rather in the Tallahassee area. Absolutely gorgeous out for our springtime Tallahassee. Guys, the desk, let's wrap it up.
Meanwhile, you're talking about cooler temperatures. We're going to be talking about some warmer temperatures out west.
Absolutely. Finally, we hit triple-digit temperatures this week, didn't we?
Yeah, Death Valley is the first triple-digit temperature recording for this year, so it's nice to see things warming up around the country.
Yeah, definitely. That's real good for us because me and Tom are real big fans of summer. And so when we start to see these temperatures start going up, Death Valley is a good one because it's one of the hottest places in the world. And when you see that getting up into the triple digits, you know things are getting good around here.
Yeah, they got to 101 yesterday afternoon, so climbing up. I can't wait to head out to California this summer, hit the beach a little bit. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll definitely be nice. But we're going to take a look a little bit closer now. California is really great, but we're going to bring it back to Tallahassee. You see 63 degrees right now. Humidity right there about average. You see 50%. A little on the windy side, you see 15 to 23 miles an hour for that gust there. Mostly cloudy. It started clouding up today, and this probably will go out in the next few hours or so. Around our region, you do see we're at 63 here in Tallahassee. Really, that's the story around all of our area. You see just around 60s. You see it get a little bit warmer as you go a little bit further up, but they'll be coming down with us pretty soon. Well, as far as the clouds, you do see that it was Cloudy most of the day, but these will be moving on out. Some point tonight we will have a chance of a shower, but after these clouds go through, we'll be all clear in that department. Well, real quick look at the futurecast. I'll step out of the way so you can see what's going to happen. You see Friday right now, that front is pushed down in the South Florida, so they're getting a little bit of rain down there, but by the morning, they'll be all clear and will be chilly. Not as chilly as you think, because we will be seeing temperatures in about the upper 40s, so no more of the covering up plants or pool pumps or anything like that for us, thankfully. As we get into Saturday, you can see that sun will be coming out again. It'll be about in the 60s at that point, and it'll be really nice outside, so it might be a good day to go out and do something fun, like go to the beach or go on the boat like Matt was talking about earlier. As we get into Sunday, maybe a little bit of cloud cover, and as we get into the morning there, you see there's a little bit of white. Could be some potential for fog there. Well, as far as the beach goes, not a whole lot in the surf department. You see less than a foot. So really, leave the surfboard there, but it'll be a really nice day. You see wind, 10 knots. Water temperatures coming up a lot nicer. We're almost there in the 70s, where you don't need to worry about it being way too cold when you get in there. Lastly, for tonight's forecast, we're going to be back down to 42. You see mostly clear, chilly conditions. You see wind still will be up 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the northwest. But we're going to go ahead and look at the Saturday planner. And you see there again, 44 by morning. It's starting to get up by lunchtime. You see 57 there. It's not too bad outside. It's actually real comfortable as you get down to 4. A lot nicer there in the mid-60s, but clouds will be starting to come back up. So if you do find yourself at the beach, 4 would be a good time to wrap it up. Well, last look here for your 7-day forecast. You do see that we are at 64 tomorrow and starting to move back up. On Sunday, you do see 69, and then those clouds start moving in beginning of next week. And you do see that we hit 80 at some point, which will be nice, and there's a couple chances for some showers there.
All right, so I like to see those clear skies coming at us, and I'm thinking about doing some star watching tonight, or as I like to call moon tanning.
That's a good one there.
Yeah.
And yes, but it would be better if you go out a little bit later, because remember we do have those clouds hanging out. So maybe 2 or 4 it might be a best time to go moon tanning.
Maybe after you go see a movie at the SLC tonight, Nightcrawler's playing at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. tonight, so maybe check out a nice movie tonight.
That's right, you'll definitely see him there, because you know you love going to the movies this time, don't you?
Free movies at FSU, and can't beat it. And also we got women's basketball coming up, right?
That's right, Sweet 16 for them. This is really big. Men's didn't make it, but women, they're 2 seed, and they're playing the 3 seed tonight.
Yeah, against Arizona State, and it's going to be a good competition. We want to see those girls win, so see if you can make it out to the game.
After the movie, go ahead and go cheer them on, because that'll be coming up around 9:30, 10 o'clock, because they're not here. I think they're further on the West Coast.
Yeah, some people are going to be running that 10K tomorrow morning with Springtime Tallahassee. Is a 5K as well, walking, and it is going to be nice in the morning. About 42 degrees for sunrise, right about time running off that 10K.
Yeah, you remember you saw on that slide, the 10K starts at 7:45. Those temperatures will be in the 40s at that point, starting to come up. So during the midday, when you get to Springtime Tallahassee, it will be in the 50s, so it'll be comfortable outside because the sun will be out, making it a little bit warmer for us, too.
Yeah, and by the time you get finished with hanging out at Springtime Tallahassee, it's about 64. As always, like us on Facebook.com/FSU Weather.
You can always follow us on Twitter.
And we also do post our stuff on livestream.com and YouTube if you miss a show.
That's right. And we even have an Instagram, if you can believe that now. So make sure to check us out
I haven't
there.
heard about that. That sounds like a blast. Well, as always, we always appreciate you watching our student-produced weather show, FSU Weather.
I'm Daniel McFarland.
And I'm Tom Mazzetti. Have a good one.
Have a great weekend.